Hello everyone and welcome. It's with the Pokeslavs with you today, and today we have another deck profile for you guys, and today we're gonna be talking about Roaring Moon EX. So for our Pokemon we have two Roaring Moon EXs as our main attackers. We also have two Squawkabilly EXs to reset our hand in the first turn. We have two Brood Bonnets with which we can poison our opponents and our own Pokemon. We have two Baby Pachyrants which can use its ability to place more damage counters onto your opponent's poisoned Pokemon. We have one Pheasantipity EX as our draw engine. We have one Pachyrant EX to switch out Dark-type Pokemon into the active. We have one Koraidon, which can attack for a lot more damage after one round after Roaring Moon EX attacks. We have one Mew EX once again for the draw engine. For the switch out once again, we have Larias EX. And as the late game attacker, we have one Blood Moon Ursaluna EX. So for our supporters, we have 4 Professor Sada's Vitality. We have 3 Carmine, so we can reset our hand in the first turn. We have 1 Iono for hand disruption, and 1 Boss's Orders. For our items, we have 4 Ultra Balls to search out our Pokemon. To search out our Pokemon, we also have 4 Nest Balls. We also have 3 energy switches, so we can switch energy that was accelerated with Professor Sada to the Brood Bonnet, so we can switch it to Roaring Moon EX. We have 3 Pokemon Catchers as our Pseudo Gust cards. We have 2 Night Stretchers to get something from our discard. We have 2 Pokegears. We have 2 Earthen Vessels to get our energies. We have 1 Palpad to return the supporters back in the deck. 1 Super Rod to get Pokemon or energies back in the deck. And as the ace pack of choice, 1 Secret Box. For our Pokemon tool cards, we have 4 Ancient Booster Energy Capsules. For our stadiums, we have 3 Perilous Jungles. And for our energies, we have 7 basic Darkness energies. So, Roaring Moon EX. This is not a classic Roaring Moon EX, as we know from the previous formats. It's the so-called Moon Poison package, because we use the Brood Bonnets to poison our opponents, we use the Perilous Jungle to enhance the poison damage, and we use the Tiny Pachyrants to once again enhance the poison damage. So we have a lot of ways to win more easily than just with the classic Roaring Moon EX. And also, why are we looking at this deck? First of all, it had a great performance in Utrecht this past weekend. And another thing, it's one of my considerations for Bologna, not this upcoming weekend, but 1 week from that. So, a little bit about this deck. You actually want to go first, because, well, you can Poison Donk them, and because Dark Patches have rotated, it's a bit more difficult to load up your Roaring Moons to get free energies onto them in 1 turn, so that's a bit difficult. So that's why you want to be going first. You don't mind going second, because, well, you can use your supporters and such, but you would prefer going first. And another thing about this deck is not meta, if that makes sense. It's an anti-meta deck, because it has a great win percentage into a vast variety of really meta decks. However, because it is anti-meta, those non-meta decks have a bit better win percentage in Roaring Moon than, well, the meta decks. So, the beauty, yes, once again, it has a great matchup in a vast variety of meta decks. Out of all the meta decks, the top contenders that we see on stream on every regionals and in the top cut at every regionals, there are only two matchups that are slightly unfavored. The slightly unfavored one is the Joltik box. However, it is very close to 50-50. It's just below 50% of the win rate against Joltik box. And another one that is kind of difficult, but still nothing to be really worried about, is the Raging Bolt EX. Another deck that is very meta right now, and it has not so great performance. However, it is very vastly played, and that's the only one that is kind of dropping down the efficiency of the anti-meta-ness of this deck. So, yeah, among the other contenders, Gardevoir, Dragapult, and such, it has great matchups. Because, well, first of all, Poison Dong, all of those decks are evolving decks, and they usually open with one 3P or Badoo or one Ralts or something, and you can Poison Dong them with ease. And another thing, well, once they evolve, in Gardevoir, you can easily one-hit knockout Gardy, well, just because it has weakness. And for the Dragapults, you also have the second attack, the Gouging... no, the Frenzied Gouging, the first attack, my bad, which can one-hit knockout anything. It's a delete button, and that's why it is super, super cool deck, and it's really insanely strong. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck. I'm gonna test it out a lot more before Bologna, before I make my final decision. And yeah, hope to see you there and catch you next time.